Nestled amidst rolling hills there was a village called Sugarbrook. It was known for its sugary delights. Every house had a chimney puffing out sweet-smelling smoke. The air was always filled with the aroma of candy floss and lollipops. Sugarbrook was a haven for anyone with a sweet tooth. It was a place where every day felt like a treat. The villagers of Sugarbrook loved their sweets. They took pride in their creations. From chewy caramel candies to colourful gummy bears, Sugarbrook had it all. The villagers were always experimenting. They wanted to invent new and exciting treats. In this village lived two best friends, Lila and Benji. Lila was a bright and curious girl. She had a knack for mixing flavours. Benji, with his infectious laughter, was a master of texture. He loved experimenting with chewy, gooey and crunchy treats. Both of them shared a common passion. They loved making sweets.
Every afternoon they would meet in my backyard. It was our special candy-making spot.
Surrounded by jars of colorful sprinkles and pots of bubbling sugar, we would spend hours concocting new treats. Our laughter would echo through the village, as sweet as the aroma of our creations.
One day, the village held its annual Sweet Invention challenge. It was a much-awaited event. Everyone, young and old, participated with great enthusiasm. This year, the challenge was announced by Mr. Taffy, the most famous candy maker in Sugarbrook. He was known for his magical taffy that could change flavors.
This year's challenge is to create a candy that brings a smile to everyone's face.
Lila and Benji were thrilled. They had always wanted to impress Mr. Taffy. They were determined to win the challenge with their creativity and teamwork. Lila and Benji set up their makeshift candy lab in Lila's kitchen. They were excited and full of energy, ready to embark on their sweet adventure. The kitchen was transformed into a bustling hub of creativity and curiosity. They gathered all their ingredients, carefully selecting each one with the precision of seasoned chefs. Bowls of colorful ingredients filled the counter, each one holding the promise of a new and exciting flavor. They had sugar, of course, in all its forms, granulated, powdered, brown. Each type of sugar brought its own unique texture and sweetness to their creations. They measured and analyzed, making sure to get the perfect balance. Then there were exotic fruits, cocoa beans, and even a pinch of chili pepper for a surprising kick. They wanted their candy to be unique, something that no one had ever tasted before. The exotic ingredients added an element of mystery and excitement. They spent days in their lab experimenting with different flavors and textures. Each day brought new discoveries and challenges. They mixed, tasted, and adjusted, always striving for perfection. Their notebooks were filled with notes and ideas, each one a step closer to their goal.
We tried mixing peppermint and chocolate, but it tasted like toothpaste. It was a hilarious disaster, but we learned from it. Each failure was a lesson, and we were determined to keep trying.
Our attempt at a chili mango candy left us with steam coming out of our ears. It was way too spicy, but it was also a lot of fun. We laughed and joked about it, knowing that we were getting closer to our perfect recipe.
They faced many setbacks. There were times when they felt frustrated and disappointed. The kitchen was often a mess with sticky counters and spilled ingredients, but they never let it get them down. Sometimes their candy was too hard, sometimes too soft. It was a delicate balance, and they had to keep adjusting their methods. Each batch was a new challenge, but they were determined to get it right. But Lila and Benji didn't give up. They cleaned up their messes and started again, each time with renewed focus and determination. They encouraged each other, knowing that they were in this together. They knew they had to find the perfect recipe. They studied recipe books, brainstormed ideas, and thought deeply about what they wanted to create. Their passion and dedication were unwavering, and they knew that their hard work would eventually pay off. One day, while rummaging through her grandmother's attic, Lila stumbled upon a dusty old book titled Grandma's Book of Sweet Secrets. The attic was filled with the scent of aged paper and memories, and Lila's curiosity was piqued by the mysterious title. As she blew off the dust, a tiny packet fell out, landing softly on the wooden floor with a faint thud. It was labeled Whimsy powder. The packet was small, almost unassuming, but something about it seemed magical.
Intrigued, Lila rushed back to Benji with her discovery. Her heart raced with excitement as she clutched the packet tightly in her hand. "What if this is the secret ingredient we've been missing?" exclaimed Lila, her eyes sparkling with excitement. She could hardly contain her enthusiasm as she shared her find with Benji.
They carefully opened the packet. A puff of shimmering silver dust floated into the air, filling the room with a magical glow. The dust seemed to dance in the sunlight, creating a mesmerizing display. They had never seen anything like it before. The room was filled with an enchanting light, and they felt a sense of wonder and possibility.
Could this be the answer to our quest for the perfect candy? Benji asked, his voice filled with hope. They had been searching for something special, something that would set their candy apart, and this Whimsy powder seemed like it could be the key. They decided to experiment with the Whimsy powder, adding it to their candy mixture. As they worked, the air was filled with the sweet aroma of sugar and the magical scent of the powder. The candy they created was unlike anything they had ever made before. It sparkled with a magical sheen and had a taste that was both familiar and extraordinary. When they tasted the candy, they were amazed. It was delicious, with a flavor that seemed to change with each bite, bringing back memories of childhood and dreams of the future. They knew they had found something truly special. The Whimsy powder had transformed their candy into a magical treat that would delight anyone who tasted it. They decided to share their creation with the world, packaging the candy with a whimsical design that reflected the magic of the Whimsy powder. The candy was a hit, bringing joy and wonder to everyone who tried it. Lila and Benji's discovery had not only fulfilled their quest for the perfect candy, but it also brought a little bit of magic into the world. And so, the magic of Whimsy powder became a cherished secret, passed down through generations, reminding everyone that sometimes the most extraordinary things can be found in the most unexpected places.
With renewed enthusiasm, let's add a pinch of Whimsy powder to our latest concoction. A mix of strawberry and cream with a hint of lemon. This special powder is known for its magical properties, and we can't wait to see what it does to our mixture. The anticipation is building as we carefully measure out just the right amount.
Here goes nothing. The moment of truth is here. Will it be as magical as we hope?
As soon as the powder touched the mixture, something magical happened. The mixture began to glow with a soft, enchanting light, and the air was filled with a sweet, tantalizing aroma. It was as if the Whimsy powder had a life of its own, dancing and swirling within the bowl. The candy began to shimmer and sparkle. It swirled on its own, transforming into tiny star-shaped candies. Each star seemed to twinkle with its own light, creating a mesmerizing display. It was like watching a miniature galaxy being born right before our eyes.
Wow, look at them! They're so beautiful! Each candy is a tiny masterpiece, sparkling with vibrant colors and intricate patterns. It's hard to believe that we created these magical treats ourselves.
Let's taste them! The excitement is palpable as we reach for the candies, eager to see if they taste as amazing as they look.
A burst of flavors filled their mouths, but that wasn't all. The candies were not just delicious, they were extraordinary. Each bite was a symphony of flavors, blending the sweetness of strawberries, the creaminess of cream, and the zesty hint of lemon. Lila and Benji couldn't stop giggling. The candy tickled their tongues and filled them with uncontrollable laughter. It was as if the candies had a magical ability to spread joy and laughter, making everyone who tasted them burst into giggles.
Haha! We did it, Benji! We've invented the Giggle Glimmer! This is more than just candy. It's a creation that brings happiness and laughter to everyone who tries it.
This is amazing. The look of amazement on our faces says it all. We've created something truly special, and we can't wait to share it with the world. Soon, we were sharing our Giggle Glimmers with friends, spreading the joy and laughter even further. Each new person who tried the candies couldn't help but laugh, creating a ripple effect of happiness. We decided to put our Giggle Glimmers in a special jar, labeling it with pride. This jar of joy would be our secret weapon to brighten any day. Inspired by our success, we started brainstorming new candy ideas. What other magical treats could we create? The possibilities seemed endless, and our imaginations ran wild with excitement. We wrote down our ideas, each one more whimsical than the last. The adventure of creating Giggle Glimmers had only just begun, and we couldn't wait to see where it would take us next. As we cleaned up the kitchen, we couldn't stop talking about our next project. The excitement of creating something magical had ignited a spark in us, and we knew that this was just the beginning of our candy-making journey. Looking out the window, we daydreamed about the future. What other magical adventures awaited us? With our imaginations and a little bit of Whimsy powder, anything seemed possible. We hugged each other, celebrating our success. the Giggle Glimmers were more than just candy. They were a symbol of our creativity, teamwork, and the joy of making something truly magical together.
The day of the Sweet Invention Challenge arrived. Lila and Benji nervously presented their Giggle Glimmers.
Let's see what these Giggle Glimmers are all about.
They look so pretty.
The villagers popped the shimmering star-shaped candies into their mouths. A wave of laughter erupted in the square.
Haha, this is incredible.
I can't stop laughing.
The Giggle Glimmers were an instant hit. People couldn't get enough of the taste and the uncontrollable laughter it brought.
Lila and Benji, you are the winners. Your creativity and the magical touch of your candy have truly amazed us all.
Soon, news of Giggle Glimmers spread beyond Sugarbrook. People from neighboring towns and villages flocked to taste the magical candy. Giggle Glimmers became a symbol of joy and laughter wherever they went. Even the grumpiest of old men couldn't resist cracking a smile after a taste. The world, it seemed, had become a little bit sweeter, a little bit brighter, thanks to the magic of Giggle Glimmers. Lila and Benji continued to make their magical candy. They shared their gift with the world, reminding everyone of the simple joy of a good laugh. Their story became a legend in Sugarbrook, inspiring generations to come.
We did it, Benji. We've made something truly special.
And we've made so many people happy along the way.
And so the village of Sugarbrook remained a haven for sweet tooths and happy hearts, forever filled with the echoes of laughter, all thanks to the sweet invention of two friends and a pinch of magic.